Hi, my name is Jonathan and I'm going to do a one-year review of the Madison Slim Cash Wallet. It's made by Waskerd, and I just wanted to show how this wallet will age with time. So here's a picture of what my wallet used to look like when I first received it. So you can see just a couple of clips of those. So just a quick little brief background. I was probably searching for a new wallet for maybe about 5 months, and I wanted something that could carry my cash but also carry my cards. So I didn't need a lot of cash, but just a couple of bills and anywhere between 4 and 8 cards. Those were the things that were important to me, and I ended up deciding on getting this about a little over a year ago. Now, I wanted to show how it ages, and let's start with the front, right? Just showing you the general wallet. So you got one card right here, which is sort of like a quick draw, maybe a credit card, something you use to pay or something you use very often. Then on the inside, you have either cash and a card, and then you got a space for either cash and a card as well. I should also mention that I also got it engraved, which you can do, and I ended up going for it on the back, but it's normally, I think it's normally, it was a special order, so it's normally included on the inside. So that's what this wallet is basically structured as. So I just want to show how it actually ages. So if you notice, there's this line right here, which is normally where I keep my card. And depending on the amount of UV exposure, the leather will, and the oils from your fingers, the leather will age differently, right? So this is the Simmental Brown. So it's the lightest color that they offer at Waskerd. And you'll see that it kind of, the color is very, very different, right? From here to right there. So because this leather, this part of the leather isn't exposed to sunlight, it won't darken or age as quickly. And you'll kind of see that even from the inside of the wallet, right? Like look how different that color is compared to the outside. And that's what I think the part that was most shocking as it started aging, as I started breaking it in, it really started changing, you know? And that's what I love about it. And I like that because it just adds a lot of character to the look of the wallet, you know? So anytime I pull my wallet out, people will notice it because it really does have a distinct look to it that a lot of other wallets don't, you know? So it's a very thick wallet. I don't know if you can really tell by that picture right there, but this is, yeah, it's definitely thicker than most wallets for sure. I'm not sure what, how many ounce, top, I think he uses full grain leather, so I'm not sure how many ounces, but definitely I'm sure this has to be one of the thickest. All right. Next, let's look at the front, you know, so you'll notice even the numbers of my credit card here are right there, and you can kind of tell that they've been pushed into the front of the wallet just because I always have my credit card here on the front. I normally only put about 2 or 3 cards on each side, and I find that usually fits really, really, really well. And what I like most and what really made me decide to get the Waskerd is just that I always had a problem with Canadian bills. So if you buy an American wallet, it's made for American bills. But Derek was nice enough to actually modify the size of the wallet so that I could still fit a Canadian bill in here and then still have that fit perfectly well. You see how it's kind of like a little bit wider, which if it was made for American bills, it would be a little bit shorter, maybe something like that. Something like that. So it's definitely broken in really, really, really nicely. So if you'll notice that fold here over the leather is perfect, you know, so it's nice and broken in. But when I first got that, it was much rounder. It was something like that, right? And I really had to basically just use it, you know. I had to, you know, kind of fold that over and sort of break that in. And I would say within about a week, it started breaking in nicely. You'll notice on the back, there's a lot of markings here. And those kind of developed over time as you kind of like scratch your wallet or you do something like that. You kind of have like, you'll see like a mark just from my nail, right? And I don't even have long nails. But then when you kind of like rub it down, it just adds to like the like, it's basically, you'll see it at first, but then it kind of just like rubs in, and that really adds to the character of the wallet. It's very, very durable. It has, this wallet has gotten wet a bunch of times, not on purpose, but just, sometimes there's some water from a glass that spills on it, or who knows what else, right? And every time I've just wiped it off. So you just wipe off the excess and you just let it dry, and that really just, it ends up perfectly fine after that. Let's see here. What else did I want to mention? I was, so about the threading, I was a little worried about the threading when I first saw it. Whoop, kind of lost you there for a second. And it's held up really, really nicely, So I was worried about maybe the threading fraying with time, because I've had that experience with other wallets, but it really hasn't been a problem. It's been great actually. So I don't see any signs of wear and tear or anything like that. And once you open the wallet and you go on the inside, you'll see a slightly lighter shade. And I would say both are very soft, but maybe the outside is a little bit more soft because it's even more used. So the idea is the more you use it, the softer it will get, for sure. And the more broken in it will get. So you can sort of compare it with like an old baseball mitt. And then you can kind of see that even on the inside here, you'll have sort of that line. You can kind of tell I always keep a card that fits perfectly in line with that. It's got this nice cutout, so it's easy to grab. And then you can just slide that back in. And it fits really nicely. I normally keep about 2 to 3 cards, but to be honest, you can probably keep, I would say, maximum 4 to 5 if you wanted to. Just keep in mind that the leather does stretch, so once you put 4 to 5 in there, you better always have 4 to 5 in there, or your cards might start to fall out. And that's normal with any wallet. And then what I really like is that I have my cash right here. And right here I have, so just to show you, I have 1, 2, and 3. So 3 different bills here that I normally keep. Sometimes I'll go with 1 bill and it stays just fine, sometimes 2 bills, but I'll never put more than 3. That's the thing I try to keep it to, because again, I don't want to stretch out the wallet. But as you can see, if I kind of pull this out here, like it can definitely fit a good amount. I would say 4 to 5 for sure. More than that, you would be pushing it a little bit, but it can stretch out, and that's the beauty of leather. If you have more cards, you can probably fit, I would say maybe 10, 11 with this one. That would be a maximum. So overall, let's just put this back in here. And you can even put the cash sort of next to the cards, and it slides really nicely because it's plastified, right? So you can just kind of get that out really, really easily. And it fits just perfectly. And it keeps everything really, really slim, which is what I love. So that's the 1-year review. I can't wait for the next 25 years. Thanks.